Lagos State Government task agencies, parastatals on teamwork and self-sustenance. Federal government launched national ID card with payment features. On the foreign scene, Myanmar military loses border town in big defeat. In sport, 72 Nigerian youth to feature at Tennis Players Parents Association tournament. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Government has tasked agencies, parastatals and government-owned companies to find creative ways to be self-sustaining while adding to the quest of the present administration to make Lagos a 21st century economy. The state government also emphasized the need for synergy of effort among agencies and parastatals for the successful implementation of the Themes Plus agenda of the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Permanent Secretary, Parastatal Monitoring Office, Adetutu Oshosonya, gave this charge at a one-day workshop held for agencies, parastatals, and sundry government offices. Harping on the power of synergy, the Permanent Secretary said the crucial role in driving progress and achieving collective goals by leveraging harmony to overcome challenges, noting that it is important to harness synergy among agencies and parastatals of government while strengthening internal teamwork for re-engineering our systems for development. Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Babalaji Ogunlende, and the General Manager of the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, Adenike Oyetunde Lawal, have underscored the importance of inclusivity at a two-day intellectual disability conference organized by the Pure Souls Learning Foundation. Ogunlende reiterated the Lagos State Government Themes Plus agenda, emphasizing the mission of inclusiveness, leaving no one behind, regardless of gender, status, or disability. He said the event is aimed to empower families and communities in supporting individuals with disabilities, particularly autism in Nigeria. Earlier, the General Manager of the Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, Adenike Oyetunde Lawal, emphasized the agency's commitment to prioritizing persons with disabilities and fostering a more inclusive society. Oyetunde Lawal highlighted the need for collaboration among stakeholders to address challenges and promote positive change in the disability space. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, says over 50,000 prospective pilgrims have completed payment for the 2024 Hajj under the government quota. NACON made this known in a statement signed by its Assistant Director, Public Affairs, Fatima Usara. The Commission had earlier stated that only 48,414 intending pilgrims had paid the earlier announced fare of 4.9 million naira out of the 90,000 quota allocated to Nigeria. Usara thanked the federal government for its leading role and numerous sacrifices towards easing the burden of the intending pilgrims, while also appreciating state governors and other stakeholders for providing support. The Commission noted that the 2024 Hajj exercise came with unexpected challenges, adding that going forward, it would adopt long-term planning in its pre-Hajj operations. Now to the rest of the stories. The federal government, through the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, will launch an upgraded national identity card with payment functionality for all types of social and financial services. The innovative card, made in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, and the Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, NIBSS, is to be powered by Afrigo, a national domestic card scheme. Head of Corporate Communications of NIMC, Kayode Adegoke, said the national ID card, layered with verifiable national identity features, is backed by the NIMC Act number 23 of 2007, which mandates NIMC to enroll and issue a general multipurpose card to Nigerians and legal residents. According to NIMC, the innovation will address the demand for physical identification, enabling card holders to prove their identity, access government and private social services. It will also facilitate financial inclusion for disenfranchised Nigerians, empower citizens, as well as encourage increased participation in nation building. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, has approved the posting of a Public Relations Officer, PPRO, to various commands and formations, as well as the Deputy Force Public Relations Officer at the Force Headquarters, Abuja. The Force Headquarters said 3 appointments were meant to strengthen community engagement and strategic communication. And this was announced by the Force Public Relations Officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, in a statement. According to Adejobi, the newly posted officers have been tasked to be professional in their dealings and foster unalloyed relationships with members of the public. In foreign news now, the military regime, which seized power in Myanmar 3 years ago, has suffered another big defeat, this time on the eastern border with Thailand. Troops had suffered weeks of attacks by the ethnic Karen insurgents allied with other anti-coup forces. Hundreds of troops guarding the vital border town of Myawaddy have now agreed to surrender. This is a serious setback for the military junta, which in recent months has also been driven out of the large area along the Chinese border in Shan State and Rakhine State near the border with Bangladesh. Thousands of soldiers have already either been killed or have surrendered or defected to the opposition, forcing the military to impose conscription on the population to try to make up the losses. The balance of power in Karen State has recently shifted in favor of the opposition. A powerful militia based in the Thai border, funded by scam centers and which had been backing the military junta, switched sides earlier this year. Overstretched by fighting in so many other parts of Myanmar, the military has also been unable to reinforce its position in the current side, and it lost control of the main roads to the border. In sport now, 22 Nigerian youth tennis players will feature at the maiden edition of the Tennis Players Parent Association UTR Nationals. The tournament is the culmination of the regional event held across the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. The tournament takes place from April 8 to 13 at the tennis section of the Lagos Country Club, Ikeja. The 5-day event will have over 72 players from across the country in the boys and girls category for the under 12, under 14, and under 16. Tennis Players Association President Segun Aluko said winners of this year's edition will receive educational support and equipment. He also stated that the tournament aims to groom and nurture young tennis players in the country to stardom and help them bridge the gap between tennis at the youth and senior levels. And that's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, do not drive beyond specified speed limits. You can follow us and like on our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has tasked agencies, parastatals and government-owned companies to find creative ways to be self-sustaining while adding to the quest of the present administration to make Lagos a 21st century economy. The federal government, through the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, will launch an upgraded national identity card with payment functionality for all types of social and financial services. We also told you that the military regime, which seized power in Myanmar 3 years ago, has suffered another big defeat, this time on the eastern border with Thailand. In sports, 72 Nigerian youth tennis players will feature at the maiden edition of the Tennis Players Parents Association UTR Nationals. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafolashiri. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.